Welcome to the second part of this painting demonstration. My name's Andrew Clacher and thank you for joining me. I'm just going to have a go at finishing off this painting I started a couple of days ago. It's based on a walk that I took with my family and we ended up cycling actually and walking down this little country lane. I hope you join me. While I think about it, this is actually the second part of two videos I took. So if you've not seen the first part shows the drawing stage and painting the sky. So I'm going to be painting the grass now, and you can see I've just started blocking in the main areas of the grass. I'm using quite a delicate colour, and as I brush it in, I'm trying to leave a few little bits of light on the paper. I'm using lemon yellow and cobalt blue for the distant areas, and as I come closer I'm trying to warm the colour up and use a bit more cadmium yellow and maybe ultramarine blue in my mix. Now as I paint, I'm being quite careful to paint around the fence posts and any other details I need to leave as highlights. I'm also leaving some little bits of paper for some of the flowers, the buttercups and dandelions on the field. I did use some masking fluid, but I wanted to get a few more flicks of light on the paper or on the grass to give that effect. And now I'm brushing in the grass on the left hand side, trying to use a nice loose technique, trying to drag my brush across to leave a flickering effect of light. And I'll do the same thing, I'll work my way down, adding different types of green, but mainly a light green, and then coming in with some more blues and slightly warmer yellows with cadmium yellows. Remembering just to paint around the flowers and the details that I want to leave. After I finish the grass, I'm just starting to come in and put some of the bits of grass that are in the middle of the path and some of the other details. After doing the patches of grass on the path, I'm now coming in to put the colour of the path itself. It's a kind of a warm light colour, possibly slightly pinky, pinky really brown, and I'm just coming in and just lightly putting it in, remembering again to leave areas of light for the bits of gravel and bits of lighter rubble. And now I'm coming in and painting in some slightly darker, slightly more grey or purpley areas that are on the side of the path, just to show the form and shape of the way that the grasses are coming up on the right hand side. And as you can see, I'm coming in and using a similar technique on the left hand side, just to show that the way the grass is coming up and shadows. Shadows are kind of major kind of secret to kind of creating form, and you have to kind of be careful not to overwork it, but just to suggest. And now I'm marking in some slightly warmer colours in the path, more cadmium red, more cadmium yellow, just to show the warmth in the path. I also work in some of the path colours further away. Just remember, as you mark these colours in and shadows and brown colours, keep them lighter in the distance. You don't want them as dark as in the foreground. So and less detail. So just try to hold yourself back. A little bit of detail, but not too much in the distance. After doing the path, I'm coming to paint the farm buildings. Just keeping it nice and delicate, trying to use really nice wash technique. Although they're small details, I still want to keep my brush nice and wet. It's all about control. So I'm first putting it the kind of underlying colours, kind of the warm colours in the side of the farm buildings. Later on, I'll come in and put the shadows on and create the form. Now I'm coming in to mark in the distant trees. The same again as with the distant path, just keeping it nice and delicate. I'm using light blues, light greens, even a few purples, just keeping it nice and light and just suggesting the trees in the distance, just stopping myself from going into too much detail. I'm just adding some of the darker shadows underneath the trees, and as I drop the colours in, I bring it right down to the horizon line, but I'm just allowing the colours to mix into each other. It's not a wet technique, but effectively the paints are mixing into each other, even though I've not wet the paper beforehand. You have to work reasonably swiftly for this technique, and then come back in and work into the wet paint. Now again, I'm using a similar technique and putting the trees in around and behind the farm buildings. Just exactly the same really, just nice and delicate, nice and loose. Also just trying to, although I'm allowing colours to mix, and I am trying to get a distinction between different coloured trees, some more blue, some more green, some more grey, and that will add to the interest, but also it will show up where the farm buildings are. Now I'm painting the rooftops of the farm buildings. Quite a kind of grey purpley colour, and just trying to keep it, although it's darker, try to keep it reasonably light and fluid again, nice and wet. And in a minute I'm going to come in and put the shadows on the building, and that's when it becomes fun. And now I'm painting the shadows on the side of the farm buildings. I really enjoy this bit. Slightly purpley grey mix, and you just need to float that colour on top of the underlying colour, and the colour underneath should shine through. So it's important to use a nice delicate wash technique again, and you should get a lovely shadow effect. Now behind the farm buildings there's kind of a little caravan, I think, and some bits of farm equipment, and I'm just dotting in some little shadows and indications of where those things are. It looks a little bit messy really, but you know, farm buildings are, and I think it adds a kind of interest to the building. To the left of the farm buildings is a large willow. It's kind of in front of the farm, but still in the distance. And I'm just going to use kind of willow green, just a light green, keeping it nice and delicate, and just trying to use brushwork to suggest the branches. Well, I've almost finished the picture. Please watch the next video to see how I finish this painting.